Hello everybody, welcome back to another Dicon Dissectional production hosted by Deathstroke9. I have not been uploading as much as I intended to the past couple of days, mainly because I've been working on a project that I will very soon be able to share with you guys, which I'm pretty excited about. But yeah. Anyway, so aside from that, we're back. Hi. And as promised in my last video reacting to Budgie, there's another group that I've heard is relatively underrated, called Ween. And I've also heard that their musical styles vary a lot. Like, they do a ton of different genres. So I asked people on Twitter a while ago whether there was any specific track that would be a good introduction to this group. And there were a few different responses. This seemed to be the most requested, so we're going to check out the title track of their album, The Mollusk, called The Mollusk. It was released in 1997. And yeah, I've never heard anything by this group before. I'm very excited to check it out. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you to the people who interacted with my post on Twitter. I appreciate you guys. And yeah, let's check this out. The Mollusk. It's a short song. Here we go. They're also supposed to be a little weird, which I'm excited for. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. That thing is super cool sounding. Sounds like something in the ocean.
Hey little boy, come walk with me and bring your newfound mollusk along. It speaketh of the Trinity, can it gaze at the sun with its wandering eye? Yes, it speaks of the Trinity, casting light at the sun with its wandering eye. Bring forth the mollusk, cast unto me. Let's be forever and forever be free.
That's awesome.
You see, there are three things that spur the mollusk from the sand. The waking of all creatures that live on the land. And with just one faint glance back into the sea, the mollusk lingers with its wandering eye.
I really liked it. It was oddly, it was like very oddly captivating. The lyric, yeah, wow. It's so short. It felt longer than it actually was. That's interesting. That normally doesn't happen with songs where they, like, that felt longer than 2.5 minutes. Okay, so that's the second track off the album, The Mollusk. I love the creativity of it, you know, like, I love the sounds of it. One second, actually. Is that plugged in? It is plugged in. That's annoying. Hopefully it's not making a feedback noise. That would be annoying. But yeah, I love the sounds that they were creating, the almost experimental sound of basically creating this weird watery feel to the song that that definitely added texture to the whole track. Anyway, all right. Hey, little boy, what have you got there? Kind sir, it's a mollusk I found. Did you find it in the sandy ground? Does it emulate the ocean sound? And then he says, yes. It is commonly said that when you bring a seashell up to your ear, you can hear the ocean. The ocean sound in question is actually just ambient atmospheric noise that the seashell captures and resonates inside. Because of this, each seashell sounds different depending on the shape of the shell, and this is why and how the seashells emulate the ocean's sound. Yep. Bring forth the mollusk, cast it unto me. Let's be forever, let's forever be free. Almost sounds like they're recruiting me into a cult. Hey, little boy, come walk with me, and bring your newfound mollusk along. Does it speaketh of the Trinity? Makes me think of like Lovecraftian, like deep ones. According to tradition, while walking along a beach, St. Augustine is said to have had a revelation regarding the incomprehensibility of the Holy Trinity after seeing a child digging a hole in the sand with a scallop shell and using the shell to fill the hole with water. He realized that his limits to understand the Trinity were as futile as the kid's attempt to fit the whole ocean in his hole. Okay. Interesting. Does it gaze at the sun with its wandering eye? It speaks of the Trinity, casting light at the sun with its wandering eye. Bring forth the mollusk, cast it unto me. You see, there are three things that spur the mollusk from the sand. And remember, we just talked about Trinity a second ago. The waking of all creatures that live on the land. With just one faint glance back into the sea, the mollusk lingers with its wandering eye. Yes, yes, no, no. What is even going on with these lyrics? I guess this is a picture of the Ocean Report Bridge. That looks like how I kind of structure songs. That's pretty cool. Oh, question and answer, like question and response type of thing. With the song The Mollusk, we'd never had a title track. Of all the songs Aaron and I have written together, that's hands down my favorite. It was enough to make the title track. If we weren't actually working or recording, there wasn't much for us to actually do or anywhere to go. The only thing to do is walk on the beach and surf cast. I laid down some chords, took this little module I plugged into a keyboard that made these really trippy swirling sounds, which were the ones we used on the Mollusk. I came back from surf casting and Aaron played the song with the vocals he had written. It was so great. It was the best song we'd ever done. Wow, I couldn't believe that he had taken what I had done with the music. I had no idea what the song was about. I came back in, heard the vocals, and was like, "Holy cow! If we were on to something before. Now it was anchored. We listened to it 1,000 times. I was like, this is the title track." From then on, we had the keys to the record and how it should be done. That's awesome. We re-recorded that at Claude Coleman's house. I can't remember if we overdubbed it a bit to make it sound better. From these quotes, I think I like their style of songwriting too. It's kind of laid back, at least just from what I just read. It's very much an assumption from one little thing. But all right, that's Ween, the Mollusk. There were a lot of different requests for some songs that were way longer, for songs off so many different albums, and for songs in a lot of different genres. So let me know what other songs by this group you'd like me to check out if you want. And thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna unplug the guitar so that hopefully if there was any sort of weird noise in this video, it won't be there in the next one. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you guys soon. Deathstroke 9 out.